Welcome to my channel, friends. Thanks for dropping by here for my thoughts on a horror sci-fi suspense novel that I recently finished, Seize the Night by DeanKoontz. This book takes place in the Southern Californian city of Moonlight Bay. We're on the beach, and the supposedly abandoned military base of Fort Wyvern is at the heart of this novel. Fort Wyvern has an unusual history. In the past there have been some secret black ops kinds of scientific experiments that have happened. Scientists, led by a theoretical biologist, experimented on animals there in the past, and some of those animals are of a kind of human level intelligence. But that's the least, the absolute least that has happened at Fort Wyvern. And currently there are universal implications involved at this place. Our primary protagonist in this book is named Christopher Snow. And Christopher Snow has the unusual and deadly medical condition called xeroderma pigmentosum. And he's very much so damaged by sunlight and other sources of light. So he's a night owl. He walks the streets at night in Moonlight Bay. And he has an extraordinarily intelligent canine companion named Orson. This book opens up with a kidnapping. Chris Snow and his dog Orson are quickly on the trail of this kidnapped child named Jimmy. And Orson takes us to Fort Wyvern. You see, the serial killing kidnapper has a roots at Fort Wyvern. So this book opens up with our friends here, Christopher Snow and our canine companion Orson, and Christopher Snow's girlfriend, the radio jockey Sasha, and her boss Doogie, and the best friend of Snow, the awesome and lovable Bobby. They all come together at Fort Wyvern as this novel opens up to try to find Jimmy and try to figure out what's going on with a person in the local area kidnapping children. And they have a lot more on their plates than they realize. You see, currently there are some things going on at Fort Wyvern that are extremely dangerous, and the deep imagination of DeanKoontz is involved here in Fort Wyvern, and I absolutely loved this book. I give this book a 5-star review. This is a joy to read, going with our set of friends here in this book. Friendship is a really primary theme in this book. Our friends have to try to save the boy and take out the bad guy, but that is like nothing in comparison to what's going on with the past with Fort Wyvern and things that are still happening there. They're so extraordinary that I'm not going to talk about it here because I would spoil the plot. But it's a really interesting and fun and deeply imaginative read, is Seize the Night. And DeanKoontz, I loved his philosophy in this book. You see, Koontz uses Seize the Night as a medium to philosophize about life and the human condition, and he's a really wise man. I was almost ready to start circling paragraphs in here because they were filled with so much insight. I really enjoyed this book, even separate from the plot. Just the philosophy of Koontz here in Seize the Night. This is a great book. I did not see what was coming with Fort Wyvern. It was a really amazing thing to read about. And our friends here are believable. I loved the characters. The dialogue is authentic. You see, I've criticized DeanKoontz in the past. I disliked a lot of the novels of his that I've read, but he really writes with a unique voice in Seize the Night. This is book 2 of a trilogy. We've been waiting for the 3rd book for over 20 years. But one thing that's cool about this book is that you don't have to have read book 1, Fear Nothing, to enjoy this one. Koontz fills you in with some minimal facts at the beginning, and that's fine. If you did read Fear Nothing, I'll tell you that there's a whole lot more happening in Seize the Night. Book 1 was a lot of fun. I gave it a 5-star review, but so much unfolds in Seize the Night. It takes place over a 24-hour period, and it's a lot of fun. It's jam-packed with action, is this book. I give it a 5-star review. I loved the characters. This is probably my favorite series of books other than The Dark Tower. I just really love the characters and their personalities, and I love the unique and deeply imaginative plot in this book. I really like Koontz, even though I've disliked some of his novels. I give it a 5-star review. It's a brilliant book. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't possibly recommend it to you anymore, even if you haven't read the first book. Definitely pick this up. Seize the Night. Thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe to me if you made it this far, and thanks for all the support, friends. See you later.